Alright everyone, so here we are with the second video in the 2018 Aristo series, and as you can see the motor is out of my engine bay. That was the last video we made, just a quick one showing us pulling out the motor, a few tips and tricks. So basically in this video, what I'm going to be doing is starting the video today. It is January 2nd today, and basically I'm going to be making little clips of every single thing I do to transform this engine bay into what you see now and the 2018 setup, which hopefully will last for at least a season or two. I would like, because I would like next year to be able to just park my car and not have to work on it every single hour of my spare time. So let me first take the camera off the tripod and give you a walk around of the 2018 plans. So even though I did tuck and paint my engine bay before, it unfortunately got quite dirty and I found a few room for improvements. So let me quickly go over what I'm going to be doing. We'll start with the physical stuff in my engine bay. Basically what you see is what you get actually, because this is a tucked engine bay. I already did a wire tuck. Go check out the past videos to see how I did it. But you can see there's a few wires here. Wires hidden under the front T-bar, under the fenders, behind the buckets kind of thing. And then all my ABS and traction are deleted. And here's my custom brake lines. Now you can see that they're kind of gross looking and all bent, just steel lines. Basically I got a few fittings this year and I'm going to be running 4AN brake lines with the two blue 4AN Ts going to all the four brakes. I'm going to be polishing up my brake master cylinder along with lots of the stuff like valve covers, intake manifold, turbo, all going to be polished up really nicely using some mother's polish. Sorry for the camera stuff, but using some of this mother's metal polish, which I'll do a review video on, but I hear it's pretty good stuff. So believe it or not, that's pretty much everything engine bay wise that I'm going to be doing. Fuel line setup's going to be all different, but now let me quickly go over the paint setup. So this, believe it or not, will be the third time I painted my engine bay. The last two times, the first time I was quite novice and the last time I was being pretty cheap. And I painted it using a trim-clad white. And let me zoom in for you guys here. Basically, I took it down with sandpaper to the bare metal almost, primed it, painted it with trim-clad, and then I put a trim-clad clear coat over top because I read mixed reviews about painting trim-clad with acrylic paints over top. Some people said yes, some people say no. But unfortunately, the clear coat seemed to have yellowed this season. And the trim clad also is a very sticky paint, I find. So it peeled up in some spots. This happened when I was pressure washing it, so definitely needed a repaint. But before that, I just purchased today some scrapers. And what I'm going to be doing is taking off some of this engine bay epoxy, because I believe this is factory. And they did a pretty bad job in my opinion. It's really bumpy, so I'm going to be using a scraper to try and remove some of it maybe. Then adding some new stuff, making it nice and smooth so you don't get like this big gob right here. Looks pretty gross on a show car. And then this season, I'm going to be painting the entire engine bay with a either pearl or gloss white, not quite sure yet. Engine enamel acrylic, not for engine, sorry, just a duplicolor enamel acrylic, and it should work good. I'm not going to clear coat it because for the LS400 bay we didn't clear coat it and it seems to be doing pretty good so far. So let's get started on the work. Alright everyone, so here we are the next day. This is what I have done so far to my engine bay. Let me quickly go around and show you what I've got. So I took out all the brake lines, as you can see. They're all gone. I took out the main master cylinder. Here's basically the box actually, I might as well show you guys of all the stuff I took out. So I got my brake reservoir and master cylinder. Here's my old fuel filter. This is going to be replaced with 6AN stuff. All that coming in a future video. I took out my entire clutch pedal assembly, the slave cylinder, then basically a bunch of these little grommets. Hopefully you guys can see that. They're just like the ones, this one's for the brake lines, but there's electrical ones, a bunch of stuff like that. So one thing I decided to do this season to really step up my game a little bit was tackle one issue that I've never really liked let me pan over here so I can show you guys. Basically on the little bucket over here, walk over here, you can see there's the sealant from factory. And Allie's engine bay on her LS400 wasn't even close to this bad. But as you can see in some spots, let me zoom in for you guys. My car's is just terrible. Oh, there goes my tripod. So let me show you guys. There's all the caulking. It just looks like absolutely garbage. Like, look at this. And of course, when you paint that much caulking, it has a tendency to chip in all the little rubber cracks. The caulking basically goes around every single seal in the engine bay. Now, what I'm going to do to fix that is I bought some stuff from Canadian Tire. Let me show you guys here. I got a miniature scraper, some scraper blades, an X-Acto knife to go along with the scraper, then some clear silicone automotive grade. I'm pretty darn sure this is the one I want to use. I'm going to sample a little bit of it in like a corner that's not that visible, like at the back here or here. And then if I like it, I'm going to do the entire thing. So that's what it looks like before. And I already started a little bit. I did this spot right here. I scraped off all the old silicone. Let me try and focus on it for you. It's really dark in the garage right now. That's essentially it right there. You can see it's kind of smoothed out right in here. And that continues all the way down here. I basically have just been working away. Used to look like that. I've just been peeling it off to the bare metal. Then, as I said, I'm going to use the new silicone. Then sand all that whole engine bay down. Then I'll show you when it's ready for paint. So here we are on January 6th. It's been a few days, and this is basically my engine bay 100% ready for the next few stages. Few updates though. As you can see, I've sanded down a bunch of the Bondo to fill up the holes. I've taped off everything, including the front cross member, because I'm keeping that black. My fenders, since I'm obviously not painting those, and all the little accessories. I took off my brake booster, did a few other little things, and essentially now the next step is to do the caulking on the joining parts between the two body panels. So basically this is what it looks like right now, and I got some new caulking. I'm not going to be using the stuff I showed at the beginning of this video. So I got some new caulking. I'm going to be filling in all those gaps. All these ones down here. Oh, there we go. Looks just like that now. I'll show you when it's all done, and then let's go ahead and start painting. So this is the joint sealer, that I ended up using. It's a Dominion Sure Seal joint and seam sealer. As you can see, it's white and it's paintable, and it is for exactly what I was doing, shaving the engine bay. And then basically I'm going to be doing 2 cans of self-etching primer, greenish color, and then I'm going to do a acrylic enamel, it's not color matched, it's just like a gloss white for the top coat. And as I said before, I'm not going to do clear coat because it ends up peeling due to the heat. And here I already did the new sealer. I don't know if you remember what it looked like from the beginning of the video, being a couple days ago for me anyway. But there it is right there. I made it look a lot better, I'd say. Filled it all in the back too. So now I'm going to go ahead and toss some primer on it. So there you have it, everyone. If you were playing along with the dates, it's now Monday, January the 8th, and I would say my engine bay is 100% complete. I just finished the pretty much 4th coat of white, and it covered the primer perfectly. I'm not going to be doing a clear coat, and I really actually like the gloss finish that this gave. It's still a little wet, so it won't be quite this shiny when it dries, but I've got the little propane heater on over there, so hopefully it can stay pretty close to 60 in here all night. Let it dry really rock hard.
But yeah, there's the engine bay. So it took me probably about a week and a bit, but I wasn't going super hard on it. I just took my time with the sanding and the shaving of the engine bay. And it's obviously not perfect because there's still like a few bolts sticking out and a few holes. But I don't really care. I think it looks pretty sweet, and I'm excited to work on my motor and drop it in there. So like I said, if you aren't already subscribed, please subscribe, because the next step is modifying the 2JZ, making it all pretty, and then dropping it back in for the 2018 season. Anyway, thanks a lot everyone. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.